We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, for as much as the defender in you probably hates to hear it, the NFL is a league ruled by offenses, and we've got a couple of good ones about ready to do battle here.
Well, you know me quite well. Maybe one day I can get to be commissioner. I can flip that around a little bit. We can just talk about defense. But let's face it, we're talking about two units that rank in the top 5 in the league. So I think this might be a game where you forget about the field goals. You'd better finish your drives with touchdown if you want to keep up with the Joneses.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Again, it's Taylor. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now it's Fields. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. He's got room at the 30, and he's going to be brought down at about the 16. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. On second down, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Fields. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Play action, Fields. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there, turned it all around. Big moment.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet. And right away, he lost the football. And the Bengals Bengals have recovered it. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
To about the 26 here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The Dolphins bring out an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now it's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all the way. I'm so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Brian Burns. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you're on drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Back to throw again. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the line with way out there, but it'll be third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jenkins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Here we go.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 39, Burrow. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards in the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This offense returns to the field led by Devin Duvernay, a wide receiver. Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? He's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into. But man-to-man, every receiver.
There he goes, right side. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Hunter Long, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now cut the lead to 17-7. The shortest drive you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards. 6 points. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Here we go.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, we'll start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season? Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both lines doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got on the last play. The force of trying to through contact and short of the sticks.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Burrow will throw. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go, here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all. It'll be 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
McPherson's kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one at this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. On first and 10, Joe Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point on the Sanders. So they throw the pick 6 and get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Nixon will try the right side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Dolphins bring out an extra defensive back on third down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. On first down, Fields. It's brought in by Wilson. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now. Prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Meanwhile, Fields' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On the counter, it's Taylor. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him out of man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, getting different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Bengals set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 37.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Here we go.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals offense returns to the field as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
A gain of 3, second down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. That is taken in by Hurst. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when your competitors run around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon from 4 yards out. And the Bengals will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes this a 9-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26.
Now Fields. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
4th down, Fields has to have this one.
And going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25.
And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. To the air again, Fields.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Fields now to throw.
He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw is Fields.
He is going to find Hill here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Fields. Over the middle, it's complete. Touchdown! Duvernay from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now to the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds. According to the headlines, incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there. It's 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To Mixon on the check down. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Here we go.
Here we go with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And McPherson on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Dolphins now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. And their undefeated season about to go by the wayside, barring a late miracle. Connecting with Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back to throw. Fields. Open man downfield is Duvernay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.